Kirblog like sugar, sugar Kirblogs. They can't all be winners. Hi, welcome. So a lot of stuff happened this past week. Good Lord. Last weekend, as I had teased before, I went on my first actual vacation in a very, very long time. Amy happened to have Memorial Day weekend off. So she and I decided to take a little quick, easy vacation for just a couple days, somewhere close, somewhere drivable. And so we decided, and I can finally reveal, that we went to Vegas for a couple days. We stayed from Saturday. We drove out on Saturday and went home on Monday morning. And it was nice. I had not been there in a very long time, well over 10 years. I went to Vegas once when I was about 14 or so, and therefore way too young to basically do anything other than go to the M&M store. And I saw Blue Man Group. That was pretty much it. So this was my first actual Vegas vacation. In addition to just going on a vacation anywhere in quite a number of years. And mostly we relaxed or attempted to. We stayed at a really nice hotel, thanks to a little connection from a friend of mine. And speaking of which, I finally got to meet Jordan Lasko, who's worked on the Tone web series and the game as a background artist and animator as well. And she, of course, has worked on the Mystery Skulls music videos as well. We got to finally meet her in person, and we had lunch with her, and that was wonderful. So shout out to you, Jordan, in case you hear this. Hope you're enjoying Shout Out to Colossus HD. Yes, that was nice. First major thing we got to do upon arriving there. Did quite a lot of walking up and down the strip. We explored around, a lot of the different hotels, checked out the different casinos and things. Did a tiny little bit of gambling, not a whole lot. We were already spending a fair amount of money just, on the vacation in general and to go see a show and, the hotel and everything. So we didn't want to spend a whole lot and, get sucked into the rat race as it was. But, yeah, we tried a few different slot machines, which I've determined are, in my mind, as far as betting stuff goes, completely unnecessary, and the odds are stacked unless there's some fucking, deep trick to doing that. If anybody really knows, Vegas gambling better, God knows I have no idea, really what the trick is, if there is any, to winning at slot machines, because it just seems fucking random to me. And as is the case with roulette, but I did at least try roulette one time, and I also tried blackjack. It was the first time I had played in years, and I immediately lost the game. So, yeah, we didn't sanction a whole lot of money off on specifically gambling, but we just went to the pool and sunbathed a little bit, and just had dinner at a few different nice places, here and there. Great food all around. Got plenty of exercise walking up and down. And the big highlight was we went to go see a real Vegas show. We went to go see Penn and Teller, which was excellent. It's funny because I think that I had always known Penn and Teller as comedians first and foremost, and I'm sure I knew this, but I'd forgotten that they were primarily a magic act. And as exemplified, if any of you guys have never seen Penn and Teller in person before, they actually had a relatively new thing that they added in, where they were straight up doing a full recreation of a classic magic act by this other Vegas magic show performer, whose name is escaping me, unfortunately, but he was a big influence on them, and also he's been a guy that's collabed with them on designing a lot of the magic tricks and stuff, and so it was a very old school style. Teller was the one who performed it all, so no speaking whatsoever, and involved a lot of creating doves out of thin air, which was very impressive. So that was quite cool. So it was a lot of fun. Very, very smart stuff. There were some really funny bits in there. I was really hoping I was going to get the chance to go up and get an autograph from them. I really wanted to go up to Penn and be like, "Yo, dude, I loved you in Toy Story." Sadly, no, and Amy and I did not get to go up and be part of any of the bits. But they actually had a couple bits where or tricks, I should say. They call them bits, like they're comedy acts. But they had some kids actually come up and be part of one of them, and we got to see in the background Teller speaking to them, actually quietly enough that we couldn't actually hear his voice, of course. But that was some funny shit. So if any of you guys ever go visit Vegas, there's a lot of course, there's tons and tons of great shows, but Penn and Teller would highly recommend, because it's a good time all the same. So Yeah, we're back home now. The drive home was a lot more difficult than the drive there. We got there in like practically fucking no time on the way, but coming back, the traffic was not so merciful to us because of Memorial Day, but it was fine. We're good. We're back. We're rested, and we're jumping right back into work. So, you know, on to the next bit. What am I watching lately? Not a whole lot of new stuff necessarily. Arrested Development Season 5 just went up on Netflix recently. I saw the first couple episodes of that, and I've been enjoying that. Amy's been having that on in the background a lot. That's pretty much all new I've been watching in terms of shows or you know, anything like that. Haven't seen Solo yet. I will hopefully be seeing it very soon. Mike Lucas has not seen it yet, so hopefully he and I will plan to, you know, go check it out at some point. And I haven't been playing anything new. I did check out while we were visiting Vegas. Jordan played a little bit of Shadow of the Colossus HD because we brought Amy's copy. But as far as you know, watching things lately and things having to do with video games, of course, I have seen a couple of very important new video game trailers that just went up over the last few days, particularly Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee and Mega Man 11. To start with Mega Man 11 real quick, because that's a little bit, you know, less of taking the world by storm, #2 trending video, for fuck's sake. Mega Man 11. So when the original tease first came out, and I might have even said this like way back at the beginning of the year when I was doing those couple of Mega Man Kirblog in a row, I was not really that excited, to be honest. I wasn't really feeling it. I felt kind of bad because, like, Andrew Dickman, who's, you know, as huge of a Mega Man fan as I am, probably a bigger Mega Man fan than I am actually, was like freaking out, like crying happy. And I was like, I want to be that excited, but I'm just not. I'm too hurt, Capcom. I'm sorry. After that recent trailer, I am like all the fuck in on that game. I'm now very, very much excited. And actually, speaking of Andrew, I was just at his place a couple days ago, and I wanted to, because he has like every game in imagination. He has like a huge collection of video games and stuff, and he happened to have a lot of his NES stuff on hand. And I was like, I want to play Mega Man 2. So maybe at some point I'll try to play through some of the other Mega Man games leading up to 11 or something, or maybe next year when I get back to doing game streams again, I'll stream those or something. But yeah, really, all it took was that double gear system thing, or whatever the hell it is, the new gimmicks with like slowing down time and like the little temporary power boost and all that, and I'm just like, oh, I'm in. I'm totally in. The voice acting sounds really nice, which is a lovely change of pace for Mega Man games lately. Thank you for that. So that was nice to, you know, hear all these characters with some new interpretations. Perhaps some familiar sounding folks mixed in there, if you guys recognized any of them. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I'm not in the game. Everybody asking me, no, I'm not. I wish I was. I'm not in the game. But you know, you can hear it for yourself. Anyway, yeah. So I'm really excited about that. I will definitely be picking that up later in the year. Pokemon Let's Go, of course. Huge deal. So I will fully admit, when I was hearing the rumors coming out about this, you know, of course, I've been keeping up with a lot of Game Explains, you know, trailer uploads and their discussions. And Derek recently just did like a big analysis video that was really good. You know, leading up to it, I admit I was a little nervous. I was a little worried from the fact that it was Pokemon Go related, which I've not played still, as you guys know. Yeah, admittedly, I was a touch concerned about that. But you know what? After having seen that and I've watched that trailer like 1,000 fucking times, mainly because I just love that music track. If anybody knows what the hell that song is, please leave a comment about it, because I'm massively curious, because it's so fucking catchy. Yeah, I'm really interested. You know, it's funny because I wasn't really like expecting or even really hoping for another Gen 1 remake all this time later. I mean, of course, it's been many, many, many years since Fire Red Leaf Green by this point. But I think really my only concern, because as long as the battle system is the same, which it looks like it is from the footage, and I analyzed through that. I saw Dirk's video, and then also the what's it called? The presentation, like the press conference thing where they showed a little bit more footage. The battle system being the same and it being like, you know, the game as it is, like, and, you know, whatever little new extra features they might be adding, I'm totally down with that. The one thing I'm not, you know, against, but I'm just concerned about is the new way of catching Pokemon, if it's akin to the way it is in Pokemon Go. Now, Ben Diskin is, of course, you know, much more seeped in how Pokemon Go actually works. So he kind of educated on me on like, kind of the process of like they kind of move around. You have to time it right and everything. That's cool. And it looks like from some of the footage that I checked out, particularly in the press conference, if you guys hadn't seen that outside of the trailer, they kind of move around and the different creatures move around in different kind of sporadic patterns. So like you kind of have to, like there is some skill to, throwing in and catching it, even though it's different, then you don't have to weaken them anymore. There's still something interesting to that mechanic, and I'm totally okay with that. But yeah, that's really my only concern is just like how massively different that is compared to what we're used to. I mean, because that's a massive part of the game. It's a huge like consistent mechanic for 20 plus years. So seeing how that's going to be different is a little concerning, but I am open to it. I'm very excited about playing it again. I never thought I would be to just like replay through Gen 1 again, especially like so soon after I just played through Fire Red on WAP 2 and again recently. But yeah, so very, very much looking forward to that. There's like I'm excited for like, oh yeah, there's lots of games coming out this year that I'm going to get to play that I'm really looking forward to, between Mega Man 11, Pokemon Let's Go, and then of course Kingdom Hearts 3, which not much to say about other than I've seen what everybody else has seen, from that recent showcase thing. But yeah, very, very excited about all three of those games in particular to play them through this year. Regarding E3, by the way, for next week's Kirblog, since that'll be the first day of the E3 press conferences, I will be putting out my predictions for some things that I'll be hoping for as far as like what'll be happening over the course of the actual press event and everything, but the press conferences, and then hopefully on the following Tuesday, I will try to put out like my usual sort of E3 in general response Kirblog, and see how that goes and everything. But nonetheless, yeah. So and then next up, what have I been working on lately? Went back right into the tome stuff and everything. Just the other day, I posted an update about how we have now officially finished creating all of the monster enemies in the game. But of course, we still have somewhere between like 30 to 40 different backer enemies to animate. So I'm getting into the midst of those. I'll be continuing to do as many of those as I can fit into the remaining week. As much as I possibly can. However, next week is going to be pretty busy for me because I just finished up recording that new game project that I was teasing a little bit about, which there should be details about, I think, probably later within the year or so. I'm not entirely sure yet. But look out for that. And next week, I'm going to be recording quite a bit on a new anime project, which I'm very excited about. And I've got quite a number of hours to go through for it, too. So I'll be a little busy throughout that week, but I will try as best as I possibly can to squeeze in as many streams as I can, because that'll be right before E3 happens. So, still plenty of time to work on that and everything. So I'll do my best on that. And Russ won't have his way with me. Anyway, hope you've been enjoying the Star Fox music, by the way, while I've been streaming lately. I'll probably get to some Pokemon stuff again very soon with BGM. Yeah, and okay, so by the way, I'm very disappointed in you all, because I don't think I made myself clear in terms of this, like, mailbag segment that I wanted to try. I'm not doing it because you guys didn't give me any actual questions. You just gave me requests for other Kirblog topics to do, which was not the point of what I was going for, guys. Like I said, I'm kind of not doing the traditional Kirblog topic thing right now, so let me reiterate, and I will try this again next week. If you've got questions, like actual questions, not recommendations for, oh, can you do a Kirblog about this anime or whatever, like, which, by the way, if you guys have not gotten the hint, 90% of the time, I haven't seen whatever show you're suggesting to me. Sorry. So I can't really do one if I haven't seen it. Sorry. But yeah, I mean, like, if you have questions for me about things just in general that, might make for an interesting thing to talk about or whatever, like, try that. I'm not looking for Kirblog topic recommendations, so I'll give you one more shot, and then hopefully next week when I do the next one, I'll have a little bit more to talk about. So anyway, all right, that's gonna do it. So just a quick one. I'm actually just about to stream right before I'm finishing recording this, and my voice is just absolutely wrecked. I'm very, very, very tired, and I need to stop talking and rest myself for a little fucking bit and just do some work that doesn't involve using my voice. So, yeah, thanks, and, yeah, try some regular questions, and mayhaps I'll try that for the mailbag, thing next time. I'll also have, my predictions for the E3 announcements and everything. We'll see how that goes, and that'll do it. So thank you all, everybody, so much, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye.